The crystal ship fell through Earth's sky like a dying star. Inside, Princess Zaravek of the Luminari Empire fought with the failing controls. Warning lights flashed across the command panel. The ship was breaking apart. "Emergency landing protocols engaged," said the ship's computer voice. "Survival chances minimal." Zara's different-colored eyes, one silver, one gold, narrowed as she watched Earth grow larger through the view screen. Her long silver hair floated around her face as the gravity systems failed. She had never meant to come to this primitive planet. But when you're running for your life, you can't be picky about where you hide. Just 3 days ago, she had been in the Imperial Palace on her homeworld. She remembered how her sister, Empress Miravek, had looked at her with cold eyes. "The Imperial seers have spoken," Mira had said. "Your eyes mark you as unworthy. The people are scared. They say you bring bad luck to our family." "That's just old superstition," Zara had argued. "My eyes don't make me different on the inside." But her sister didn't care. "There is unrest in the Empire. The people need someone to blame." "You're perfect." Mira's guards had surrounded her. "I strip you of your title. You are banished to the edge of known space. If you ever return, you will die." Now, as her ship entered Earth's atmosphere, Zara wondered if she would die anyway. The heat shield was failing. The ship shook violently. Through the flames outside, she could see mountains and forests below. "Impact in 30 seconds, the computer warned. Zara closed her eyes and braced for crash. Miles away, Dr. Olivia Blackwood stood outside her cabin in the Montana wilderness, watching what she thought was a meteor streak across the night sky. Her dark hair blew in the cool breeze as she tracked the object with her telescope. "That's no meteor," she whispered to herself, excitement building in her chest. The object was moving too slowly, changing direction slightly. When it disappeared behind the distant mountains with a flash of light, Olivia ran to her truck. As an astrophysicist who had left her university job for the quiet of the mountains, Olivia had always hoped to find proof of life beyond Earth. Now something had fallen from the sky less than 10 miles from her home. She had to find it before anyone else did. The crash site was easy to spot. A trail of broken trees led to a smoking crater. Olivia parked her truck and approached carefully, flashlight in hand. What she found made her gasp. It wasn't a rock from space. It was some kind of ship. Crystal and metal pieces lay scattered across the ground. Strange lights still blinked among the wreckage. "Hello?" Olivia called. "Is anyone there?" A sound made her turn. Among the broken crystal panels, something moved. Olivia's light fell on a figure half buried in debris. It looked almost human, but not quite. The skin was pale blue, and when the figure turned its face toward the light, Olivia saw the eyes. One silver, one gold. "Oh my God," Olivia whispered. The alien woman tried to speak but winced in pain instead. Blue liquid, blood, seeped from a wound on her side. Olivia knew what she should do. Call the authorities. This was first contact with an alien species. But something in those strange eyes stopped her. Fear. The alien was afraid. "It's okay," Olivia said, approaching slowly. "I want to help you." The alien spoke again, and this time Olivia heard words she understood. "Danger. Hide." Making a quick decision, Olivia helped the injured alien to her truck. According to protocol, she should report this to the government immediately. But what would they do to this creature? Lock her up? Experiment on her? No, Olivia decided. First she would help her. Learn from her. There would be time for officials later. Back at her cabin, Olivia cleaned and bandaged the alien's wounds. The alien watched her with those mismatched eyes, wary but too weak to resist. "My name is Olivia," she said, pointing to herself. The alien seemed to understand. She touched her own chest. "Zaravek. Zara," Olivia repeated, smiling. "You're safe here." Over the next few days, Zara recovered slowly. She learned English quickly, as if her mind could absorb language just by hearing it. Soon they could talk in simple sentences. "Why are you here?" Olivia asked one evening as they sat by the fireplace. "Not by choice," Zara replied. "I was sent away." "My ship was damaged." "Your planet was the closest, sent away." "You mean like banished?" Zara nodded. "My eyes. On my world they make me bad, unworthy." Olivia frowned. "Because they're different colors? That's ridiculous. My people fear what is different." "Well, I think they're beautiful," Olivia said. "Different doesn't mean bad." A ghost of a smile crossed Zara's face but quickly disappeared. My sister, the Empress, she wants me gone. Maybe dead. If she knows I survived. No one knows you're here, Olivia assured her. Just me. But neither of them saw the small drone hovering outside the cabin window, recording everything. High above Earth, hidden by advanced cloaking technology, a luminary scout ship received the drone's transmission. Inside, Commander Vexilor watched the images of the exiled princess. The abomination lives, he said to his crew. Prepare the hunter. The Empress wants proof of death and the primitive world, his second-in-command asked. Vexilor studied the images of Olivia's cabin, of the human woman helping the princess. Note its location. The Empire will deal with it eventually. For now, we focus on our mission. In the ship's holding bay, a biomechanical creature stirred in its containment field. Part machine, part monster, designed for one purpose, to hunt and kill. Back at the cabin, Zara suddenly sat up in bed, her gold eye glowing slightly. What's wrong? Olivia asked. They found me, Zara whispered. We're not safe. 3 months passed. Zara learned more about Earth each day. She helped Olivia with her research, showing her things about space that human scientists had never discovered. In return, Olivia taught her about human life. They became friends, though Zara remained cautious. She knew the danger wasn't over. One morning, a government jeep drove up to the cabin. Olivia looked through the window and recognized the woman stepping out. It's Samantha, she told Zara. My friend from the Space Command. Quick, hide in the back room. Lieutenant Samantha West knocked on the door. Her uniform was crisp, her face serious. Olivia tried to smile normally as she invited her inside. It's been a while, Olivia said. What brings you all the way out here? Samantha placed a folder on the table. Strange energy readings, coming from this area. She opened the folder to show graphs and maps. For 3 months now. My bosses are very interested. Olivia's heart beat faster. Probably just my research equipment. Liv, we both know that's not true. Samantha looked around the cabin. The readings match nothing we've ever seen on Earth. Some people think it might be. Not from here. In the back room, Zara listened. She had been careful, but not careful enough. The parts she had salvaged from her ship still gave off energy her technology couldn't fully hide. They're sending a full team tomorrow, Samantha continued. I came early to warn you. If you know something. A crash from the back room made both women turn. Samantha reached for her gun. Who's there? She called. The door opened and Zara stepped out. Samantha's eyes widened at the sight of the blue-skinned woman with the strange eyes. Oh my God, she whispered. Sam, I can explain, Olivia began. You're harboring an alien? Samantha's voice rose. Do you know how many laws you've broken? Please, Zara said, her accent strange but her English clear. She only helped me. Don't punish her. Samantha kept her gun pointed at Zara. What are you doing on Earth? I crashed here. I'm a refugee, not an invader. She was hurt, Olivia added. I couldn't just turn her in to be studied like a lab rat. Samantha lowered her gun slightly. Why didn't you tell me? I'm your friend. You're also military, Olivia pointed out. What would your bosses do to her? Before Samantha could answer, Zara stepped forward. We don't have time for this. Your people coming tomorrow is not our biggest problem. What do you mean? Both women asked. My people have found me. Zara's mismatched eyes glowed faintly. They sent a hunter. It will be here soon. We need to leave. Samantha looked skeptical. Why would they hunt you? Quickly, Zara explained about her banishment, about being deemed unworthy because of her heterochromatic eyes, about her sister's fear of her returning to claim her birthright. There's more, she added grimly. My people, the Luminari, they know about Earth now. Your planet is on their list for future acquisition. Acquisition? Samantha repeated. You mean invasion? Not for many years, but yes. My crash here was bad timing. Now they know your people are developing space technology. Olivia grabbed her friend's arm. Sam, we need your help. If government scientists find Zara's technology, they won't understand it. They might accidentally activate something dangerous. And if these hunters come, Samantha holstered her gun. What do you need? I have been rebuilding communication equipment from my ship, Zara said. It's not here. I hid it in an abandoned mine 5 miles west. We need to go there now. They packed quickly. As they loaded Olivia's truck, Samantha's radio crackled. West, report. Where are you? It was her commanding officer, Major Christopher Hayes. Samantha hesitated, then answered. Checking the area, sir. The readings are stronger in the western section. I'll report back soon. Negative. Stay put, I'm coming to you. Eat 20 minutes. The three women exchanged looks. We need to move now, Zara said. The hunter is close. I can feel it. They drove fast down the mountain roads toward the old mine. Zara directed them to a hidden entrance covered by brush. Inside, the mine opened to a larger cavern where pieces of crystal technology glowed with soft light. What is all this? Samantha asked, looking at the alien devices. Parts of my ship, Zara explained. I've been trying to build a warning beacon to contact others like me. Exiles who oppose the Empire. Olivia helped Zara activate some of the equipment. Screens made of light appeared in the air, showing star maps and strange symbols. There, Zara pointed, a scout ship. In orbit around your planet. They've released the hunter. Outside, they heard a vehicle approach. Samantha drew her gun again. That's Hayes, she said. My commanding officer. He must have tracked my jeep. Can we trust him? Olivia asked. Hayes is a good man, but he follows rules. They heard footsteps at the mine entrance. Major Christopher Hayes appeared, his own weapon drawn. He was tall with a stern face and watchful eyes. When he saw Zara, he froze. Lieutenant West, step away from the alien, he ordered. Sir, it's not what you think, Samantha began. It's exactly what I think. You're aiding a non-Earth entity. That's treason, Zara stood tall. Your planet is in danger, Major, not from me. Hayes kept his gun steady. Explain. As Zara began to tell her story again, a sound came from deeper in the mine. A scratching, metallic noise. Everyone turned. It's here, Zara whispered. The hunter. From the shadows, a creature emerged. It walked on 6 legs, part machine, part living tissue. Its face was a blank mask with glowing red sensors. Blades extended from its arms. Get down! Zara shouted, pushing Olivia aside as the hunter leaped. Hayes fired his gun. The bullets hit the creature but seemed to cause no damage. The hunter knocked the weapon from his hands and threw him against the wall. Samantha fired next, aiming for the creature's sensors. One shot hit and the hunter screeched, a horrible electronic sound. It turned on her, blades ready. Zara grabbed a piece of her crystal technology and pressed something. The device glowed brightly. She threw it at the hunter. When it hit, energy sparked across the creature's body. It convulsed, then collapsed. Hayes got to his feet, staring at the fallen hunter, then at Zara. What the hell is that thing? He demanded. A biomechanical assassin, Zara replied. My sister sent it to kill me. There will be more. Hayes looked at the alien technology around them, at the strange creature on the ground, and finally, at Zara herself. His world had just become much bigger and much more dangerous. Sir, Samantha said, I think we need to listen to her. Hayes holstered his weapon. I'm listening. My people will come for me, Zara told him. When they do, they'll see your world. They'll know you're almost ready for space travel. It will move up their timeline for invasion. What do you propose? Hayes asked. We need to leave Earth, go somewhere they won't look. I need to contact the Resistance, other unworthy ones like me who fight against the Empire. Leave Earth? How? Zara looked at him. You humans have ships. Experimental ones. Not as advanced as mine was, but enough to reach your outer solar system. Hayes' eyes narrowed. How do you know about classified space programs? Olivia answered. I told her. I worked on the engine designs before I left. The prototype vessel at Vandenberg, Samantha added. The Artemis. It could work. Hayes shook his head. You're suggesting we steal a military spacecraft? That's... A beeping from Zara's equipment interrupted him. On the light screen, a red dot blinked. Another scout ship, Zara said. Entering orbit. We don't have much time. Hayes looked at the dead hunter, then at the 3 women. His duty was clear. Report this, turn in the alien. But something told him that would be the wrong choice. For humanity. If I help you, he said slowly. I need guarantees. Proof that your people are really a threat. An assurance that whatever we do helps protect Earth, not just you. Zara met his eyes, gold to brown, silver to brown. I swear on my royal blood. Everything I do from now on will be to protect your world and mine from the Empire's cruelty. Hayes took a deep breath and made his decision. Then we need to move now. Getting to Vandenberg Air Force Base wasn't easy. Hayes used his security clearance to get them through the main gate, claiming the women were special consultants. The real challenge came when they reached the secure hangar where the Artemis waited. The experimental spacecraft looked nothing like Zara's crystal ship. It was all metal and angles, built for function rather than beauty. But to Olivia, who had helped design its engines, it was beautiful. "We need to hurry," Hayes said, checking his watch. "The shift change happens in 15 minutes. We can use the confusion to launch." Samantha looked worried. "Sir, you know this is the end of our careers, right?" Hayes nodded grimly. "If I'm wrong about this alien princess, it's the end of a lot more than that." Zara touched the ship's hull. "Your technology is primitive, but I can help improve it once we're in space." A small team of trusted officers joined them, people Hayes had served with for years and would trust with his life. They all looked at Zara with wonder and fear. "Everyone aboard," Hayes ordered. "Stations ready for launch." The Artemis was designed for a crew of 10. Its interior was cramped, with control panels lining the walls and seats that folded into the floor. Olivia took the engineer's position while Hayes and Samantha handled navigation and weapons. "Starting launch sequence," Hayes announced. Alarms blared outside the hangar. Someone had discovered them. "They're onto us," Samantha warned. "Sealing the hangar doors." "Override the system," Hayes ordered. "Use the emergency codes." The huge hangar doors began to open. Beyond them lay the night sky. "Launch now," Hayes shouted. The Artemis engines roared to life. The ship shuddered, then lifted off the ground. They shot through the hangar doors just as security vehicles arrived below. "We're clear," Samantha reported. "Ascending to orbit." Zara stood behind Hayes, watching the navigation screens. "Turn to heading 047, full power." "Why?" Hayes asked. "The Luminary scout ship is on the other side of your planet. We need to avoid their sensors." Hayes gave the order. The Artemis changed course and accelerated. Earth grew smaller behind them. "We did it," Olivia said, relief in her voice. "We're in space, but their celebration was short-lived." As they passed the moon, sensors beeped a warning. "Contact," Samantha called out. Something just appeared on radar. "Moving fast!" On the view screen, a sleek ship emerged from behind the moon. It glowed with the same crystal technology as Zara's crashed vessel, but this one was larger, built for war. "It's a Luminary hunter ship," Zara said, her voice tight with fear. "They were waiting for us." The enemy ship fired. Energy beams struck the Artemis, making the whole vessel shake. "Shields down to 60%, Samantha reported. "Another hit like that and we're in trouble." Hayes took manual control, steering the ship toward Mars. "We need cover. The asteroid belt is our best chance." Another blast hit them. Equipment exploded across the bridge. Hayes was thrown from his seat. A piece of metal embedded in his chest. Blood soaked his uniform. "Hayes," Samantha cried, rushing to him. Olivia took over navigation. "I can't shake them." Zara knelt beside the injured major. His breathing was shallow, his skin pale. "He's dying," she said. Olivia looked back from her controls. "Can you help him?" "Like I helped you?" Zara hesitated. "There is one way, but it is forbidden among my people." "Do it," Samantha urged. "Whatever it is." The ship rocked with another hit. Warning lights flashed everywhere. Zara removed a crystal pendant from around her neck. It glowed with inner light. The life bond ritual. "It will connect our life forces. My strength will help him heal." "What's the catch?" Samantha asked, ever the soldier. "In my culture, this bond, it constitutes marriage. Our lives, our minds will be linked forever." Olivia looked at her friend. "He's dying, Zara. Save him." Zara placed the crystal on Hayes' chest over his wound. She put her hands on either side and began to speak in her own language. The crystal glowed brighter, pulsing like a heart. Light spread from it, flowing into Hayes' wound and up Zara's arms. Hayes gasped, his eyes flying open. The light connected them, a bridge between human and alien. Zara's eyes, both silver and gold, blazed with energy. The ship shook again. "We can't take another hit," Olivia warned. Suddenly, Hayes sat up. The wound in his chest was healing before their eyes. But something else was happening. His eyes glowed slightly, reflecting the gold and silver of Zara's. "I can see," he whispered. "I can see through your eyes." Zara nodded. "And I through yours. We are bonded now." Hayes stood, somehow knowing exactly what to do. He took the controls again, his movements sure and precise. "I know their ship's weakness. Zara knows it." The Artemis banked hard, then looped around. Instead of running, they turned to face the Luminary vessel. "Are you crazy?" Samantha asked. "Trust me," Hayes said. His hands moved over the controls as if he'd been flying all his life. Targeting their central crystal matrix. The Artemis fired its experimental weapons. The beam struck the Luminary ship exactly where Hayes aimed. The enemy vessel's lights flickered, then went dark. Again, Hayes ordered. Same spot, they fired once more. This time the luminary ship broke apart, pieces of crystal scattering across space. Everyone stared at Hayes in shock. How did you know? Olivia asked. Hayes looked at Zara. I saw it in her mind. The bond showed me. Zara nodded. And I saw his tactical training. Together, we knew what to do. The danger passed for the moment they gathered around Hayes and Zara. The alien princess explained what had happened. The life bond connects us on many levels. We share thoughts, feelings, even skills. It's why it's considered marriage among my people. There can be no deeper connection. Hayes touched his healed chest. I can feel you. In my mind. And I you, Zara said softly. I've seen your memories. The orphanage, the war, how you fought to become an officer. And I've seen yours, how they treated you because of your eyes, the loneliness. Hayes looked at her with new understanding. You're not what they said you were. Samantha cleared her throat. So you two are alien married now? Despite everything, Olivia laughed. The tension broke. Technically, yes, Zara admitted. But that is the least of our concerns right now. Hayes nodded. She's right. That scout ship will be missed. They'll send more. Where do we go? Olivia asked. We can't go back to Earth now. Zara went to the navigation controls. I downloaded data from the scout ship before it was destroyed. Coordinates, communications. Her face grew serious. My sister, Empress Miravek, is gathering an armada. She plans to make an example of me, and now of Earth as well for helping me. An armada? Samantha repeated. Like an invasion fleet? Yes, your world has been moved up on their schedule. From decades to months. Hayes joined her at the controls, their bond making them work in perfect sync. What's our play, Princess? We find the resistance. The unworthy like me. Exiles who have built their own society beyond the Empire's reach. And where are they? Olivia asked. Zara pointed to a spot on the star map. According to the data, there's a hidden base at the edge of your solar system, beyond the planet you call Neptune. Hayes gave orders to set course. As the Artemis moved deeper into space, he found himself standing close to Zara, drawn to her by something more than their bond. I can feel what you're feeling, she said quietly. It's confusing, isn't it? To be connected to someone so different. Not as different as I thought, Hayes replied. I've seen your heart now. You care about your people even though they rejected you. And you care about Earth, even though you're now labeled a traitor for trying to save it. They watched the stars together, human and alien, bound by necessity and something more. Neither spoke of it. But through their connection, each felt the other's growing affection. We'll find these unworthy, Hayes promised, and we'll save both our peoples. Zara looked at him with her mismatched eyes. Together. The Artemis continued its journey to the outer planets, carrying its unlikely crew toward a destiny none of them could have imagined. Behind them, Earth grew smaller. Ahead, the unknown waited, and somewhere out there, an empress prepared for war. The journey to the outer reaches of the solar system took weeks. The Artemis wasn't built for such long voyages. Food supplies ran low. The air recyclers struggled. But with Zara's knowledge and Olivia's engineering skills, they kept the ship running. During this time, Hayes and Zara explored their bond. They discovered they could share not just thoughts but skills. Hayes learned to read Luminary language symbols. Zara learned Earth military tactics. The connection grew stronger each day. It's like having another person in my head, Hayes told Olivia one night as they checked the engines. But not in a bad way. Olivia smiled. You two have gotten close. Hayes looked across the room where Zara was teaching Samantha about Luminary weapons. The bond makes it complicated. I don't know what's the connection and what's something else. Does it matter? You like her? Bond or no bond? Before Hayes could answer, alarms sounded. They had reached the coordinates. I don't see anything, Samantha said, checking the sensors. Just empty space. Zara joined them at the controls. It's hidden. Send this signal. She typed a series of codes into the communication system. For a moment, nothing happened. Then before their eyes, space itself seemed to ripple and part. A massive structure appeared. An asteroid nearly a mile wide but hollowed out and filled with lights. Docking bays lined one side. The haven, Zara whispered. Home of the unworthy. A voice came over their comms, speaking Luminary. Zara answered in the same language. After a brief exchange, she turned to the others. They're suspicious. Many human ships have never reached this far before. Tell them we come in peace, Hayes suggested. And that you're one of them. Zara hesitated, then opened her communication channel again. This time she pushed back her hair to show her mismatched eyes to the camera. The response was immediate. Docking lights activated, guiding them in. They've granted us entry, she said, relief in her voice. The Artemis approached the massive asteroid base. As they got closer, they could see it wasn't just a single rock, but several smaller asteroids, connected by crystal structures. A hidden city in space. They docked in a crystal bay much more advanced than anything on Earth. When the airlock opened, they were met by a group of Luminari. Like Zara, all had some visible difference. Multicolored skin, extra fingers, unusual eyes. They carried crystal weapons but lowered them when they saw Zara. An older Luminari stepped forward. His skin had patches of both blue and green, and his eyes held wisdom and caution. I am Elder Kylerin, he said in perfect English. Welcome to Haven, Princess Zaravek. Zara bowed slightly. Thank you for receiving us, Elder. These are my human allies. They helped me escape when my sister sent assassins. Kylerin studied the humans with interest. Humans have never come this far before. Your presence here changes many things. Not by choice, Hayes said. We had to flee. The Luminari Empire knows about Earth now, and they're not happy about us helping your princess. The Elder nodded gravely. Come. The Council will want to hear everything. They were led through crystal hallways filled with Luminari of all types. Children played in open areas. Gardens grew in artificial light. It was a complete society, hidden at the edge of the solar system. How long have you been here? Olivia asked in wonder. The first exiles came 300 Earth years ago, Kylerin explained. We have grown since then. Many who are deemed unworthy by the Empire find their way here eventually. They entered a large chamber where a semicircle of Luminari elders waited. All bore some visible difference from the pure Luminari of the Empire. Zara stepped forward and told their story. Her banishment, the crash on Earth, the help she received, and their escape. She explained about the life bond with Hayes and the information they had gathered about the coming armada. When she finished, the council was silent. Then Kylerin spoke. Princess Zaravek, there is something you should know. The marks that make us unworthy in the Empire's eyes, they are not defects. They are signs of special abilities. Zara frowned. What do you mean? Your heterochromia, your different colored eyes, they indicate potential for precognition. The ability to see possible futures. Zara shook her head. I have no such ability. Because you were never trained to use it. The Empire fears these gifts. That is why they exile us. Why they call us unworthy. Hayes felt Zara's shock through their bond. You're saying the Empire banishes people with special powers because they're afraid of them. Precisely, another elder said. For generations, the pure Luminari have been declining in strength while the unworthy grow more powerful. So they created myths about genetic purity to justify exiling us. Zara sat down, overwhelmed. All my life I was told I was a mistake. A bad omen. Hayes put his hand on her shoulder. Through their bond, he sent feelings of support and belief. Can you teach her? He asked the elders. Help her develop this ability? Kylerin nodded. We can. And we will need her power. If the Empress is truly bringing an armada, we must prepare. For the next several days, Zara trained with the elders while Hayes, Olivia, and Samantha worked with the unworthy engineers to upgrade the Artemis with luminary technology. The humans learned that the unworthy had been watching Earth for decades, protecting it from discovery by the Empire while studying humanity's potential. Your species interests us, Kylerin told Hayes one day. You develop so quickly, and you embrace differences rather than fear them. Not always, Hayes admitted. We have our own prejudices. But you learn, you grow. The Empire has been stagnant for 1,000 years, afraid of change. Hayes looked toward the room where Zara was training. How is she doing? Her potential is remarkable. But she fights it. The Empire's conditioning runs deep. That night, Hayes found Zara alone in an observation dome, watching the distant stars. Through their bond, he felt her turmoil. Want to talk about it? He asked, sitting beside her. All my life I thought I was broken, she said softly. Now they tell me I'm special, that I can see the future. But when I try, I see nothing but darkness. Hayes took her hand. Maybe you're trying too hard. When I learned to shoot, my instructor told me to stop aiming and just feel the target. Zara looked at him curiously. How does one feel a target? You stopped thinking about it. You let instinct take over. He squeezed her hand. Like our bond. We didn't make it happen. We just let it. Zara closed her eyes. Hayes felt her relax through their connection. For a long moment they sat in silence. Then Zara gasped, her eyes flying open. Both the gold and silver glowed brightly. I see it, she whispered. The Armada. They're coming. Sooner than we thought. Hayes felt a chill. How soon? Weeks, not months. My sister leads them herself. Zara's voice broke. She's afraid of me. Of a prophecy that says a heterochromatic royal will end the current dynasty. Is that why she wants you dead? Because of some prophecy? Yes, she doesn't hate me. She fears me. Zara stood up, suddenly urgent. We need to warn the council. The news of the approaching Armada spread quickly through Haven. The Unworthy Council called an emergency meeting. We have always hidden, one elder argued. It has kept us safe. Not this time, Kylorin countered. The Empress knows about this base. And now she knows about Earth. If we do nothing, both will be destroyed. What can we do? Another asked. We are few. They are many. Hayes stepped forward. We fight together. Humans and Unworthy. If we can get back to Earth, warn our military, we can prepare a defense. Many voices rose in argument. Some feared revealing themselves to humans. Others thought fighting was hopeless. Zara stood and the room fell silent. Her eyes glowed faintly with her new power. I have seen what will happen if we do nothing, she said. My sister will destroy this base, then use Earth for target practice to show her power. Millions will die, she turned to Hayes. But I've also seen another possibility. If we stand together, if we strike first, we have a chance. Yeah, strike first? An elder asked. You mean attack the Armada before it reaches full strength? Zara nodded. Exactly. They gather at the edge of this system. They don't expect resistance. We can surprise them. After much debate, the council agreed. They would send a delegation back to Earth with Hayes and Zara to try to convince the human governments to join forces. The rest would prepare Haven's defenses and ships. That night, as they prepared to return to Earth, Hayes found Zara in their quarters. Through their bond, he felt her determination, but also her fear. Second thoughts? He asked. She shook her head. No, but I worry. What if Earth rejects us? They might see all Luminari as enemies now. Then we'll make them understand. Show them the difference between the Empire and the Unworthy. Zara turned to him. Hayes, there's something I haven't told you. Something I saw in my vision. He felt her hesitation through their bond. What is it? I saw us facing my sister. On her flagship. Zara's mismatched eyes held his. One of us doesn't survive. Hayes pulled her close. We'll change that future. We've already changed so much. Their bond hummed between them, stronger than ever. Whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. Human and alien, worthy and unworthy, husband and wife by the strange twist of fate that had bound their lives. Returning to Earth wasn't easy. The Artemis, now upgraded with unworthy technology, was branded a stolen vessel. Hayes, Samantha, and Olivia were labeled traitors, but they had proof now. Recordings of the Luminary scout ships, data about the coming Armada, and most convincingly, a small fleet of unworthy vessels that followed them into Earth orbit. Colonel Samantha West, promoted in her absence as part of a cover story, spoke to her superiors first. She showed them everything. The recordings, the data, the upgraded technology. An alien invasion is coming, she told the Emergency Council of World Leaders. But we have allies. People who can help us fight, some believed. Others didn't. Until Zara and Elder Kylorin entered the chamber, their alien appearance impossible to deny. And when Zara demonstrated her growing precognitive abilities by revealing secrets only the leaders knew, the last doubts faded. How much time do we have? Asked the American president. 3 weeks, Zara answered. The Armada gathers at the edge of your solar system. Can we negotiate? Suggested another leader. Perhaps a peace treaty? Hayes shook his head. The Empress doesn't want peace. She wants to eliminate what she fears, her sister and now Earth for helping her. After hours of debate, the decision was made. Earth would fight, alongside their new unworthy allies. A joint defense force was hastily assembled. Earth's most advanced ships, only a dozen, joined with 30 unworthy vessels. Hayes was given command of the fleet with Zara as his second. For 2 weeks they prepared. Human crews learned to use Luminari technology. Unworthy engineers helped upgrade Earth's weapons. Through it all, Hayes and Zara worked side by side, their bond making them the perfect bridge between the two species. "Do we have a chance?" Olivia asked one night as they studied battle plans. Zara's mismatched eyes glowed faintly. "I've seen many possible outcomes. In some we win, in others..." She didn't finish. Hayes squeezed her hand. "We focus on winning. Nothing else." The night before they were to leave, Hayes found Zara standing alone on a balcony at the military base, looking at the stars. "Nervous?" he asked, joining her. "Aren't you?" He nodded, terrified, but also ready. Through their bond, they shared their feelings without words, the fear, the determination, and something deeper that had been growing between them, something beyond the life bond that had started as necessity. "Hayes," Zara said softly, "if we don't survive tomorrow..." He turned her to face him. "We will, but if we don't, I want you to know. The bond may have forced us together, but what I feel for you now, that's my choice." Hayes brushed a strand of silver hair from her face. "I know. I feel it too." They stood together under Earth's stars, alien and human, their futures uncertain but their hearts sure. The next morning the fleet departed. Earth grew smaller behind them as they headed toward the heliopause, the edge of the solar system where the luminary armada waited. The journey took 5 days. 5 days of preparation, of strategy meetings, of quiet moments when the enormity of what they faced pressed down on them all. Finally, sensors detected the armada. 80 luminary warships, sleek crystal vessels bristling with weapons. At their center, the Imperial flagship, twice the size of the others. "Battle positions," Hayes ordered from the command ship. Zara stood beside him, her eyes glowing as she used her new abilities to see the most likely outcomes. "They've spotted us," Samantha reported from her station. "All ships. Attack formation," Hayes commanded. "Remember the plan. The unworthy vessels target their communications. Earth ships focus on their weapons. We need to create a path to the flagship." The human unworthy fleet moved forward. For a moment, the luminary armada seemed frozen in, surprise at the sight of their exiled kin fighting alongside the primitive humans. Then the space between the fleets erupted in energy, beams and explosions. The battle was like nothing in human history. Crystal ships shattered, Earth vessels burned, the void filled with light and destruction. But the joint fleet fought with unexpected coordination. The unworthy knew the Empire's tactics and weaknesses. The humans fought with unpredictable strategies that confused the rigid luminary commanders. Hayes directed the battle with calm precision. Through their bond, Zara helped him see moments before they happened, allowing him to adjust commands just in time. "We're breaking through," Samantha called out. A path had opened toward the Imperial flagship. "Now's our chance," Hayes said. "Strike team, prepare to board." This was the most dangerous part of the plan. While the fleets battled, a small team would board the flagship to capture Empress Miravek. With their leader hostage, the luminary might stand down. Hayes and Zara led the strike team, a mix of unworthy warriors and human special forces. Their shuttle launched from the command ship, racing toward the flagship while the battle raged around them. "The docking bay is on the underside," Zara directed. "Their shields are weakest there." They hit the shields at full speed. For a terrifying moment, energy crackled around their shuttle. Then they broke through, crashing into the docking bay in a shower of crystal shards. "Move," Hayes ordered as they exited the damaged shuttle. Luminary guards rushed toward them. The strike team fired their weapons, human guns modified with unworthy technology to penetrate luminary armor. Through their bond, Hayes and Zara moved as one, covering each other, knowing each other's next move before it happened. They fought their way through the crystal corridors of the flagship, heading for the command center. "Something's wrong," Zara said suddenly, her eyes glowing brightly. "This is too easy." As if on cue, a bulkhead sealed behind them, cutting off half their team. Another closed ahead. "It's a trap," Hayes realized. Crystal gas began to fill the sealed corridor. The unworthy warriors recognized it first. "Sleep gas," one warned. "Hold your breath." But it was too late. One by one, the strike team collapsed. Hayes felt his consciousness slipping. The last thing he saw was Zara fighting to stay awake beside him, her eyes glowing as she tried to use her power to find a way out. Then darkness. Hayes woke to find himself restrained in the flagship's command center. Zara was held nearby, crystal cuffs binding her hands. Around them, the remaining strike team members were similarly captured, and before them stood Empress Miravek. She looked like Zara, but her eyes were both blue, her silver hair longer and adorned with crystal ornaments. Her face was cold, regal, and afraid. "Sister," Miravek said, "you've caused quite a lot of trouble." Zara lifted her chin. "Hello, Mira. Still afraid of prophecies?" The Empress flinched. "I see you've discovered your abnormality's benefits. It's not an abnormality. It's a gift, one you tried to destroy because you feared it." Miravek circled Zara slowly. "And now you bring primitives to fight for you?" "How disappointing." "They're not primitives," Zara replied. "They're different from us, yes. But they value those differences instead of fearing them. They're stronger for it." "Strong?" Miravek laughed. "Look outside, sister. Your little fleet is being destroyed." On the view screens, the battle continued. The joint fleet was fighting valiantly, but they were outnumbered. Ships exploded on both sides. "It doesn't have to be this way," Hayes said. "Your people and ours could live in peace." The Empress looked at him with disgust. "Peace with lesser beings." Her gaze returned to Zara. "And you've bonded with this creature? How far you've fallen?" "I haven't fallen, Mira. I've risen, beyond the fear and prejudice you cling to." Miravek's face hardened. "Enough talk. The prophecy ends today." She drew a crystal weapon. "I'll kill your human mate first. Let you watch him die before you join him." She aimed the weapon at Hayes. Zara pulled against her restraints. "Mira, don't." Time seemed to slow. Through their bond, Hayes felt something change in Zara. Her fear vanished, replaced by a calm certainty. Her eyes, both silver and gold, began to glow more brightly than ever. The crystal cuffs around her wrists shattered. Before anyone could react, Zara moved with impossible speed, faster than human or luminary eyes could track. One moment she was restrained, the next she stood between Hayes and the Empress, the crystal weapon in her own hand. "How?" Miravek stumbled back. "I can see all possible futures now." "Sister," Zara said, her voice echoing strangely, "and in every one where you fire that weapon, you lose." While Miravek stood frozen in shock, the unworthy members of the strike team broke free of their own restraints. They had been playing along, waiting for this moment. They quickly freed Hayes and the others. "Take the control systems," Hayes ordered. "We need to shut down their weapons." As the team moved to obey, Zara and Miravek faced each other, two sisters, two possible futures for their people. "You can't win," Miravek hissed. "Even if you kill me, the Empire will never accept an abomination as Empress." "I don't want your throne," Zara replied. "I want our people to be free, free from fear of differences, free from the lies you've told them." She turned to a control panel and activated the ship's communication system. Her voice and image would now broadcast to every ship in the Armada. "People of the Luminary Empire," she began. "I am Princess Zara Vek. You were told I was unworthy because of my eyes. The truth is I was exiled because I was feared." She explained about the unworthy, about their gifts, about how the Empire had been throwing away their most talented children out of fear and superstition.